Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Polishing out one of the rarest, one of the absolute ugliest tank covers for the Yamaha Banshee, the 1993 Lavender. I know they're out there. Joshua's bike is crazy. There are some survivors out there in great shape, but they're pretty rare. And they're rare because when these bikes came out in the early 90s, nobody wanted to ride a Lavender Banshee. There was no such thing as retro cool or any of that stuff. Guys were painting them, throwing them away, doing whatever they could to get the Lavender off of their Banshees. Even the magazines, Dirt Wheels magazine, ripped it on several occasions. Before we take a look at that 1993 Banshee, this is actually the October 1993 issue. They already had the 94 Banshee out, and the Dirt Wheels, whoever wrote this article, really liked this Banshee. They liked the purple. They take a second to hate on the 93 Lavender. Last year, we were less than happy with the dismal light purple color scheme on the Banshee. So they're still hating on it. And let's take a look at this is I think it's January Dirt Wheels, where they're doing a test of the 93 Banshee. You know, they like the quad, of course. For 93, the Banshee comes in a new color that can best be described as putrid purple. This was a tremendous disappointment after the snazzy looking turquoise colored Banshees in 92. Suffice to say, we couldn't find a single person who liked the all new color combination. What gives, Yamaha? So definitely wasn't popular at the time. People didn't like these things. That's why, you know, they painted them. They threw those plastics away.
What is up, YouTube? Today's a very special day. Today's a very special video. Gonna be doing a refurbish, I think, on a pretty rare Banshee plastic. I saw this on eBay, picked it up. I think, spoiler alert, I think it's for a 1993 Banshee, the Lavender tank cover. After I bought it, one of my friends says, are you sure that's not a super faded gray one, like off an 89? I was like, possibly. But anyways, I'll try not to chit chat too much. The box looks pretty mangled. The box doesn't look that big either, so we'll see. I don't usually do unboxings, but at least it's gonna lead to something. Pretty beat up box. All right, so it definitely is gonna be the Lavender 1993. It's squished in here. Shout out to eBay. What the hell, man? But that's okay. This thing's pretty terrible condition as it is anyway, so it's not that big a deal. I got this for pretty cheap, you know, obviously with the intention to fix it up, and I think that's what, it's pretty big, man. But I know it has a crack in it somewhere, right here. We'll take a close look at it. This crack's a little bigger than I thought it was, but yeah, I think that's gonna be the video. Hopefully it's a fun one. Hopefully we have some luck with this. I'm gonna try a couple things. First and foremost, I'm gonna try the easiest way that I know how. I'll show you that in a second. We'll see if we can bring this baby back.
All right, so there it is. Take a look at it. It's super dirty, super scratched, probably pretty faded, and just overall in pretty rough condition. A year ago, whatever it was, Vito's Performance, God bless them, they made a reproduction of this piece, so the values definitely dropped, probably like at least 50% or whatever. This is you know, obviously an old, authentic 1993, so it's got that little bit of cool factor, but it sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck. I take it back. If you want to have a 93 Banshee all over again with some fresh, beautiful plastics, you can do that, you know.
But here's the real deal. This thing's kind of roached. It's definitely American Pickers, farm fresh. First things first is gonna just be to wash it. This thing's filthy. So we'll jump into that right now. That crack in the side is no joke. It looks pretty bad. Let's see, man. See if I don't just break this thing as I'm working on it. Fairly quick hose off and kind of light scrub with some bio wash. This thing's looking a lot better. I don't think it's gonna take nearly the effort that I was thinking. I mean, you can see it's definitely got a lot of scratches and like dirt like embedded into it. So the massive crack on the side, I hope, I'll be surprised if I get through this project without breaking this all the way in half. But we'll see, man, we'll see. Definitely cleaner than it was a second ago, so that's a first step right there. All right, so just a few minutes hitting with the buffer. It's actually not doing a lot. It's funny, like I've had such good luck, and I'll put some stuff on the screen. Take a look at this super old piece of plastic. This plastic is 35 years old. This is the finish. You can see all the tiny scratches and scuffs, and just how dull it is. And then just by hitting it with the buffer, I didn't even wash it beforehand. Just jump into it like I usually do stuff. Just a buffer. No sanding yet. It still has some big scratches in it, but you can see the difference is pretty massive. Just hitting it with a buffer brings so much life back into it. That I've done with just a buffer and no compound, no sanding or anything. This one's not really responding to it like I was hoping. So it looks like there probably will be some sanding coming up to get some of these scratches and just embedded dirt. Take a look at that beauty. It's all flat right now because I sanded it a little bit. It's coming back. All right, next scene, next day. Check that thing out. The other side's still raw. I haven't touched the other side. So here it is in the daylight. You can see how crappy it was, or how crappy this side still is, and how decent this side looks now. I did get in there with some sandpaper, 400 to 1,000, 400, 800, 1,000. And it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good from a distance. If you get in there, you can still see a couple good scratches. I wish I would have went a little lower. If and when I do the other side, I'm gonna get in there a little bit better. Out here in the sunlight, it looks pretty sharp. When you really get into it, you can see there's still a couple flaws. There's definitely some scratches that I wish I would have got in there a little bit better. Went a little lower than 400. When I applied the graphic, I guess I haven't even mentioned that yet. There is PC Racing Plastic Renew on this. I've been using that stuff a lot lately. I really like it, especially for projects like this. This is probably just gonna be garage art. You know, I'm not gonna run this, and I'm probably not gonna sell it. But, you know, it only takes a couple
minutes to where it's dry to the touch, but it wasn't cured. So when I put the sticker on it, there's like a freaking, oh, you can see it right there really bad. There's a splotch. There's a big missing piece of the finish. I'm strongly considering leaving this side all jacked up, because like I said, this is just gonna be a garage piece. I am gonna attempt to fix this tomorrow. I have some glue essentially coming in. I don't think I'm gonna do the staples. You know, you would staple it from the inside, this plastic welding, but it's kind of cool seeing where it was and like where it is with, you know, not too much hard work. But all right, I don't know what part, I don't know where we are in this video. I don't know what I've said, but this thing is gonna be the good side right here. I've turned over a new leaf and I've been kicking some ass on this part. I'm down to 240 grit. I had it at the 320, but I wasn't happy, so I'm back into 240 and I'm getting out everything. This thing's gonna blow the other side away. And that's a choice I've made now. It took me an extra day to get into it because I had to wait for some sandpaper to come in, but I really did go through it. I started at 240, went up to 320, back to 240, and then up again all the way through 2000. So a lot of sanding the early part of today, but I think it turned out pretty good. It turned out too good for a plastic that's literally the same color as my wife's cell phone case. Let's check it out. I did get into the inside and put some of that goop on it. It's basically glue. At least it's not flopping around now. Probably not the best solution. That plastic welding stuff might be better, that kit. But at least, you know, like I said, at least it's not flopping around. And for a piece that's probably just gonna sit on the shelf and never get used, I think that's cool. I think that's fine. Good enough. All right, coming at you from the floor cam. I guess I'm done with this thing. I'm happy enough with it. Actually, right now, after all the work, I do have a little bit of the plastic renew on it, just because it just wasn't clearing up like I wanted it to. It got smoothed out though, I'll tell you that much. Almost all the scratches are out of this side. It looks really, really good, especially compared to the other side. It still kind of has some scuffs and scratches. But I don't know. I need to be trained by. I need somebody to give me some pointers. Somebody that knows what they're doing. I'm just kind of winging it. You know, I could be a lot better. I think I learned a lot on this thing. Especially sanding. I came a long way in sanding, but even out here in the sun, it's funny. Like where I'm working on it, even with the light directly on it, it's all flat. It's all buffed out. It's all smooth. But when I get it out here with that little bit of plastic renew on it, there's scratches on it still. So it's not perfect. There's a big blotch right here. But, you know, for a part that I'm probably never going to use, you know, Alex, my wife Alex, she was born in 1993. So if we ever do put a Banshee together for her, you know, maybe we'll put this plastic on it. Probably not because it's ugly, but... So I guess that's the video. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all that. If you don't mind, hit the subscribe, hit the like. They say it helps. Who knows? My channel doesn't grow. But I guess that'll do, guys. Already on to the next one. I got some other projects coming up. If you're here for the riding videos, if you're here to see the one-armed riding videos, those will come. All right, I got that drone. Springtime's almost here. I don't really ride in the wintertime a whole bunch. So anyway, there it is, 1993 plastic. Looks pretty good. I'll put the graphic on, like this side, the OEM graphic. I'll put that on. But good enough. Good enough for me. Thanks for watching, guys. All the best. Peace.